I had noticed an ad in the paper, extreme adrenaline junkie type thing, shark cage diving in South Africa. Like, I had to do this. So I got down there. Having this be kind of my real first vacation, I was gonna pull out all the stops. So we get in this boat and we get out there to what's called Shark Alley. You just see them swimming along, they're just gliding along, just so graceful. And then you're like, okay, this is it, you know, you're not turning around. You get in the cage, and then suddenly you get this 6-meter shark, about 17 or 18 feet long, swimming around outside. Looked like a submarine, it was huge. And they're really inquisitive. I remember slowly exhaling the bubbles out of my regulator, and that shark just came right up to the cage. So, you know, you were a few inches away from the shark and his nose. It was really cool. At this point, this was the ultimate trip. I mean, you couldn't have scripted it better. The crew had this fish head tied onto a string. They would toss it out and coax the shark a little closer to the cage so that you could get some really good shots. Usually they yanked it away and then the shark would swim off. In one circumstance, he tossed out the fish head. The shark managed to get a hold of it so he couldn't pull it away. And then he's just thrashing around, and the guy couldn't pull the fish head out. And then the next thing you know, bam, he hits this cage. It's just spot on, right in the opening. All of a sudden you see this huge head with just teeth, you know, inching its way closer and closer. It was crazy. And the next thing you know, we're on the bottom of the cage staring up. It's just thrashing back and forth. And you can feel the whole cage swaying. The bar's bending a little bit. You're just surprised it just doesn't break apart. It's hit my wetsuit. I've got my hands on his nose and looking into his mouth. And you just see the meat hanging off the teeth. This can't be happening. Man, this is so surreal. And then next thing I know, boom, he gets close enough and he knocks my regulator out of my mouth. I'm looking up at this shark, no regulator in my mouth, and I realized that sooner or later I was gonna die. I knew it was a decision time. You know, there was no doubt about it. I had to get out of the cage or I'm gonna drown or the shark's gonna bite me. So I just managed to kind of push him off, and then he turned the right way. I shot out the cage. This other diver, he says, man, you saved my life. I was just gonna stay there. You actually made a decision and got out the side, and it worked for you, so I thought I would try it. And the reason why the shark was able to kind of get his nose in the cage was on a prior dive, some film crew was there, so they had pulled a bar out so they could kind of swim in and swim out, and they didn't put it back. They said, oh, you know, don't worry about it. You know, the shark's not gonna get in the cage. I can't believe that I'm still alive today, basically, after that. I had nightmares, reliving this thing over and over again. Just waking up, and you're just like, wow. It was a very close call.
Hey Dateline fans, thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Subscribe by clicking on the button down there and click on any of the videos over here to watch digital exclusives and original content from the creators of Dateline.